Lying will ruin your life. Lying will ruin your goddamn life.
Opportunity to be back into the spotlight. You know what I mean? And that's what you have with Floyd. So, you know, I think Floyd has to make a decision.
Floyd Mayweather, it's a bad situation for Floyd because the last thing Floyd wants in his life is more legal problems.
That's true.
He doesn't want that. But what I wonder is, with so many smooth transactions that Floyd has been a part of, jewelry-wise, in the last 4 or 5 years, longer than that actually, what went wrong in this particular transaction?
It's so fun.
Comedian Kevin Hart publicly took aim at Floyd Mayweather Jr. after the boxing star claimed he owned a property worth $42 million, warning that dishonesty about money can eventually cause serious personal consequences. Hart mocked Mayweather's constant focus on displaying wealth, suggesting that the fighter's habit of bragging about riches is starting to backfire and damage how people see him. He added that exaggerating financial success and repeatedly trying to show off has already hurt Mayweather's credibility and weakened his public reputation.
Cancel Christmas, it's over for you. You hear me? It's over for you. Oh boy. Y'all going to jail. Y'all going to jail.
Kevin Hart did not hold back when reports surfaced about new financial statements from Floyd Mayweather Jr. Famous for his quick humor, Hart confronted Mayweather's unusual property assertions directly. He emphasized that the situation surrounding Mayweather has moved beyond being merely extreme and now appears completely detached from reality.
I want to talk about it. What the is going on, man? What the is going on?
Kevin Hart openly questioned the situation, asking what exactly was happening. Hart and Floyd Mayweather Jr. have known each other for years. In a past interview, Hart once asked Mayweather why nearly every discussion about his life eventually leads back to money. Mayweather answered without hesitation, explaining that he grew up with very little while being raised in a troubled and hustling environment. According to him, that background shaped the way he thinks. For Mayweather, money has never been only about achievement. It represented a means of survival. His explanation offered viewers a clearer understanding of why he often displays his wealth so openly, almost as a form of protection.
What's up? Talk to me.
Floyd Money Mayweather, baby. How you doing, man?
Man, you know how it is. Same old program.
Ask me to send my case.
It better be money.
You damn right it is.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Now, if there's money in there, I need it.
White hand, take this so Floyd don't take it from me. Nah, if you want to do that, if you want to do the white hand, that's on you.
Well, white hand gonna feel his black hand.
Yeah, well, it look like white hand. Put your rope over there on the hook.
That you went through to get you to the place to where now it's about the money and you celebrate the money.
It was a long journey.
A long journey.
I come from a fighting family. Mm-hmm. 7 of us in a 1-bedroom in Jersey.
Goddamn.
Dad, was a hustler. A former fighter, hustler. My mom had it, extremely hard, but, kept believing, kept working hard, and we made it happen.
Why do you think you were the one?
From day one, I knew it.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. has long built his public image around displays of wealth. He presents his bank totals like awards and treats piles of cash as symbols of accomplishment. From traveling on private jets to wearing diamond-covered watches, he constantly highlights luxury. His social media pages regularly feature expensive purchases and lavish spending. For Mayweather, displaying money represents strength and influence. Yet the more these displays appear, the more observers begin to question whether the spectacle is all that remains.
The Money Man is getting ready for Super Bowl weekend, Las Vegas. He had to get the ones, make it rain. Yeah. Well, yeah. I need everybody. I mean, everybody. Had girl collection Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the Super Bowl, but whoever win or lose, it don't matter. I need everybody there. Girl collection. Yeah.
He's collecting rent, hustlers. You know how much rent that is? And guess what? I don't know his paperwork, but obviously if you spent that much in real estate, it looks like he spent it in one shot, but even if he didn't, but usually he did. And if he dealt with the same person, you get a deal, right? So through these deals, he's making money. It's definitely an income situation. They're all apartments. It's not a commercial building. They're all apartment buildings, which are commercial, but they're apartments. So guess what? $402 million in real estate. Hey, he's $500 million in real estate just off apartment.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. built a reputation for handling his business completely on his own. He operated without managers or financial advisors, choosing instead to make every major decision personally. In the world of boxing, that approach is uncommon because most fighters depend on experienced professionals to guide them. Mayweather took pride in believing he could outthink the system by himself, but taking total control also meant the responsibility was his when problems appeared. That independence, once praised as clever strategy, now appears more like a risky choice. Without anyone carefully reviewing the finances, the foundation of Mayweather's business empire seems unstable and is now beginning to show visible cracks.
With Floyd, he's never had a manager as well, right? He's always negotiated his own deals. Is that what kind of led to his wealth? He didn't have to cut a
It's not that he ain't got a manager, but he has got a manager. So he's, can't remember his name now. So he's got a man, an elderly fella that's always with him. And, but he does, everything goes through him, everything. Floyd ain't very clever, believe me. But training-wise, man's a genius, and it's hard work, dedication. Don't matter how good you are. I mean, I am world class as an athlete, but I never trained like the top boys. I just thought, don't worry, because I love a row and I love the fighting. Let's just turn up.
Yeah.
I mean, but after 3-4 rounds, if I ain't knocked you out, what sting coming at my ass?
Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s decision to control his finances without outside management eventually resulted in legal disputes, including a case filed by a jeweler who accused him of taking costly jewelry without completing the payment. According to the claim, there was no discussion or arrangement for paying later. Instead, Mayweather reportedly stated that he had simply forgotten about the purchase.
All right, so a Miami jeweler that goes by the name of Leonard Suleymanov is like, give me my money. Give me my money. So he is hitting Floyd Mayweather with a huge lawsuit. Y'all, we're talking about a cool $4 million for some luxurious watches and diamonds that Floyd supposedly forgot to pay for. Y'all know he forget to cash checks. So maybe, you know what I'm saying? He might have forgot to pay for it for real. So even, y'all tell me if I'm saying this.
Such behavior reflects the attitude of someone who believes ordinary rules do not apply to him. These claims are not simple gossip or speculation. They appear within official legal documents and court filings.
Stores. He likes his jewelers. He's got his jewelers that he likes, but also if he sees a piece he likes, he's going to buy it.
It's almost as if he fights to support his jewelry buying habit.
It's pretty true. I mean, look at the way we've seen this. What happened in Miami this week, though, was not the case. I mean, it's not like he went in there and made somebody rich. As a matter of fact, it ended up with the cops being called. We are being told that he walked into a place called the Diamond Club Fine Jewelry Shop in Miami and was looking at stuff. And when the jeweler busted out a very expensive stone, an argument ensued between Floyd and the jeweler. Now, it's unclear exactly what they were arguing about, but intensely and so quickly that the cops were called to the jewelry store, and Floyd ended up leaving without buying anything, left. So he wasn't there to speak with cops when cops arrived, but what usually results in financial, an explosion resulted in the cops being called. This is a bad situation for everybody involved, don't you guys think?
Yes, bad situation for the jeweler because they didn't get their windfall of money from Floyd Mayweather. It's a bad situation for Floyd because the last thing Floyd wants in his life is more legal problems.
That's true.
He doesn't want that. But what I wonder is, with so many smooth transactions that Floyd has been a part of jewelry-wise in the last 4 or 5 years, longer than that actually, what went wrong in this particular transaction?
It's so funny. Babcock, you can attest to this too. We've been calling everybody connected to this. Floyd's camp ain't saying anything.
Reporters investigating Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s extensive real estate transactions encountered numerous inconsistencies. While one spokesperson acknowledged that the deals existed, they declined to provide any statements on the record.
What's the point of buying 62 buildings? You buy a couple...
I'm not 62 units, I think, right?
No, 62 units could be one building.
Yeah, it could be.
They got buildings with 90 units and 100 and some units.
He has 62 multifamily units. That's what it says. So that's 62 buildings. Like you just said, it's probably 62 buildings.
Think about it. If he has that, some of the buildings might not be in the best condition.
Right.
So knock it down and build, or knock, if they're side by side, knock both of them down. Don't renew rents. Let them move out and then build a skyscraper.
Or if he makes commercial properties out of some of those.
That's what I'm saying.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. continues to spend extravagantly, yet rumors of financial trouble persist. Joe Rogan recently joked about Mayweather taking part in exhibition matches, suggesting it is primarily motivated by money. Rogan pointed out that a person who is genuinely wealthy does not constantly chase fast cash. Mayweather's focus on projecting a lavish lifestyle now appears less like celebration and more like an effort to sustain his position.
Needs that money. That money has to keep coming in if you're going to live like this.
It's not that expensive though, but
he's only 46. But he does this with everything, man. He's got $1 million watches.
I don't think he buys every pair.
Think they give them to him?
No one disputes Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s skill inside the ring, yet his continual self-promotion has pushed many fans away. He frequently likens himself to past boxing greats and claims that no fighter in history has matched his accomplishments. While that level of confidence may have once inspired admiration, it now comes across as overwhelming and excessive.
I think I'm separated now. I don't think there's no boxer in history that has accomplished what I've accomplished. Not bragging or boasting, just speaking the truth. I take my hat off to a lot of legendary champions, that paved the way for me to be where I'm at in the sport of boxing. But that was their era, and this is my era. I had a tremendous career. And we got young fighters that's on the rise, that's under our banner. The ultimate goal is to find the next Floyd Mayweather that can break my records.
So is Gervonta Davis that guy?
From the beginning, Floyd Mayweather Jr. understood that a boxing career would not last indefinitely. He created brands, started promotional ventures, and secured lucrative contracts. However, the methods he used to pursue wealth drew criticism. Reports suggest he left bills unsettled, exaggerated his income, and made questionable statements. In many ways, his approach to business relied more on appearances than actual substance.
Floyd Mayweather is the most successful boxer in history with a 50-0 record and one of the wealthiest athletes of all time with $1 billion in earnings. But I bet you didn't know it all started with a $750,000 bet on himself. Here's the wild story. In 2006, Floyd Mayweather was 10 years into his boxing career and earning over $5 million per fight. At the time, Mayweather was signed to Bob Arum's Top-Rank Boxing promotion, a partnership which saw Arum get 25% of Mayweather's fight purse. But Mayweather wanted more, and in 2006, he turned down $8 million to fight Antonio Margarita and said he deserved $20 million to fight Oscar De La Hoya. Arum wasn't happy and wouldn't pay up, so Mayweather paid the $750,000 exit fee in his contract to leave Top Rank. Mayweather then went on to promote his own fights, earning a percentage of every ticket, hot dog, and beer sold at the event, and most importantly, all pay-per-views sold. And just 1 year later in 2007, after leaving Top Rank, Mayweather made $25 million for his win against Oscar De La Hoya. Now that's what happens when you bet on yourself.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. has openly acknowledged that many of his investments are essentially blind gambles. He explained that he channels funds into opportunities that others might not grasp. In his view, these ventures hold potential for the future, but also carry high risk. Mayweather even admitted that roughly 90% of these deals end in failure.
Money I'm able to bring my team as well as my family around the world so they can experience different things.
Something you said earlier, Floyd, it really fascinated me, and it gave me an insight that you really learned about money. Is you said in real estate, you got to know what to do on a small scale first.
Yes.
And then you went big. And is that because you don't want to take massive risk because you want to be smart with your money?
Well, like you don't go out there and work extremely hard for so many years and then take every dime you got and just put it into something that you don't know about.
Well, a lot of people do, don't they? I mean,
and a majority of the time you get bad results. 90% of the time you get bad results. Just like boxing. I've gotten great results.
When Floyd Mayweather Jr. faced Logan Paul in the ring, the motivation was clearly financial rather than legacy-driven. Observers pointed out that Mayweather was not advancing the sport, but instead capitalizing on celebrity attention. Even Oscar De La Hoya, a former rival, openly criticized the bouts, calling them humiliating and urging Mayweather to stop. Coming from a fellow boxing legend, that critique carried significant weight. De La Hoya echoed what the public felt. Floyd is pursuing relevance rather than true greatness. The fighter who once symbolized boxing excellence now risks being remembered as someone who clung to the spotlight long after it became undignified.
Floyd Mayweather fought another exhibition against Gotti last Saturday. A real show that left the crowd booing in the arena at the end. But in the middle of the second round, Floyd literally had the referee swapped out. He didn't like that the referee told him to stop hitting behind the head. Floyd is used to having the refs do whatever he wants, and he wasn't getting his way this time. It was so embarrassing. Floyd, you're 50 years old. You're a legend in the sport. I've stood up for you in countless interviews, including Shannon Sharp's podcast last week. But you have to stop embarrassing yourself with these exhibitions. I know life is hard. I know life is expensive. But come on, dude, put your legacy first. Nobody wants to remember you like this. And it gets worse. Your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami. And many are saying you're going to have to sell off your assets. Floyd, I'm rooting for you. Come on, let's turn it around.
Years following his bout with Conor McGregor, Floyd Mayweather Jr. continues to tease the possibility of a rematch. The motivation isn't fan demand but financial gain, as he treats it as another opportunity for a massive payday. The goal is no longer about proving skill or legacy. It's about sustaining income. The urgency behind these moves is obvious. Once a legacy is firmly established, repeatedly returning to the ring solely for money creates the impression of financial need rather than courage.
What would be the value in seeing it a second time? The first one wasn't bad, but the whole thing was this notion of suspense and unpredictability. And what would it be? Well, you got to see what it was. He got marched down and beaten up.
Yeah, it seems like Floyd might realize within himself that that's the last giant money fight he can make. It would have to be as close to a real fight as possible. I mean, it's a Conor who can still throw his hands, although to your point, the brand is damaged and, you know, he needs a win badly in the UFC to revive that. But I wonder if Floyd at 45 is saying to himself, if I've got to fight one more time, a real fight, and that Logan fight was weird, and Floyd, I think, didn't expect to have to navigate it the way he did. I wonder if Floyd thinks this is it. But even that could be a trap fight for him, Luke, because of his age. You never know, okay? But to your point, it's hard to get amped up for it unless one or both of them is sort of riding a certain level of momentum.
It was crazy that everybody keep asking me, why you not coming back to fight? Why you not coming back to fight? So I look at the fight game. I said, okay. I said, you know, fighters fighting, they make 3 million, 4 million, 6 million, 7 million. Some may make 10 or 20 million, but I'm doing exhibitions and I'm making 20, 25 million, 100 million for exhibitions. So why would I come back and fight and get a guaranteed 35 million when I'm doing exhibitions and getting 100 million?
Snoop Dogg once asked Floyd Mayweather Jr. how he accumulated so much wealth. Mayweather gave his usual response: hard work, hustle, and smart decisions. Yet now, as questions about his fortune emerge, he seems to cling more tightly to the image of extreme wealth. Despite earning hundreds of millions, his financial situation faces scrutiny. From IRS tax liens to unpaid bills and questionable purchases, his riches may not be as stable as they appear. Observers are wondering if behind all the luxury, he is struggling financially. The fact that he continues promoting appearances and fights suggests a deeper issue, a man who cannot stop earning because his spending has never slowed.
Boxing Doctor News. The beef between 50 Cent and Floyd Mayweather is heating up again. 50 Cent posted a video calling out Floyd's claim of spending $400 million on NYC apartments, saying there's no proof of the purchase. The long-running feud continues, with 50 Cent suggesting Floyd's real estate empire may be a fancy fantasy. Floyd has remained silent, but the drama shows no signs of ending.
Floyd Mayweather just signed a deal to lease an apartment in Midtown Manhattan. He's going to be paying $100,000 per month for this place. Here's the apartment, you guys. It's got 5 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms, 4,000 square feet, and the place is pretty epic, I'm not gonna lie. The description says that this is a double unit and it is a corner unit, so you got a ton of natural light in here. Do you think this place is worth $100,000 per month? Why would Floyd spend $100,000 a month on this apartment? If I had to guess, it would be a combination of owning something is just kind of a liability. Plus, I'm pretty sure whenever you rent a place versus buy a place for business purposes, you're able to write off more of that lease payment. So if I had to guess, that $100,000 per month is going to be a pretty big write-off for him based on how he plans to use this place.
50 Cent has long suggested that Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s fortune is largely exaggerated, and now more people are beginning to question it. Journalists attempting to verify his real estate holdings have found little evidence supporting his claims. Despite ongoing lawsuits, tax complications, and growing skepticism, Mayweather continues to live extravagantly. Luxury cars, private jets, and lavish shopping remain constants in his lifestyle. Yet the numbers do not align. Either he is concealing far more debt than is known, or he refuses to face the reality of his finances. One thing is certain. The spectacle continues, even as the foundation beneath it shows signs of collapse.
Now, this comes amid, rumors of Floyd Mayweather being stuck in Dubai because he owes people money. And, these are coming from trustworthy sources, Gervonta Davis, Floyd Mayweather, people who know about Floyd Mayweather's inner life. But back to TMZ. So they reported Floyd Mayweather was courtside for last night's pivotal Clippers versus Mavericks game. But before money got to the arena, he was handing it out, blessing 3 homeless men with $30K. Now, there are no pictures. There is no video of this happening, but there is an official TMZ article, and TMZ usually gets it right. TMZ also said, we're told Mayweather began talking to the guys and decided he wanted to help. So he busted out his backpack and blessed each guy with 10 racks. Anyways, he says, just got off the phone with my guy in Dubai. He told me that Floyd Mayweather is definitely being held by the government court system there as he owes a substantial amount of money in Dubai. They take indebtedness over there very seriously. Was told the debt is unassociated with boxing. Floyd's desperately trying to work things out to no avail so far. So at Gervonta Davis is correct that Floyd's being held there. And Floyd Mayweather has made no public statements regarding this. These are his last 2 Instagram posts. So 6 days ago, he was still in Dubai, and that's the same day they said he was at a basketball game, which, it still doesn't make any sense. And then this post as well, this was just 4 hours ago. He reposted this. This is his second time posting this. He posted this a few days ago.
That wraps up today's video. Be sure to stay tuned for more updates, and we'll see you in the next one.